guys, this is such an impromptu vlog. I normally would start the day vlogging, but today is like the end of the day. It's literally like 6:30 p.m. and I thought, yeah, I'll vlog. So here we are. I just finished work and next week is my diploma exam. I don't know if I've ever spoken about this, but I'm undertaking the UCL diploma, which is kind of like a extra course that you do after you become qualified as a pharmacist. I don't really talk about my exams much because when I'm going through the process, I find it very stressful. I wouldn't release the fact that I'm having an exam next week until it's over, so probably when this video goes up it's already done. That's why I've come back from work and I have to revise today. I don't even know what to say. Like, I've tried to be as methodical as possible in terms of this round of revision. So one thing I always struggle with my exams is once I've got an exam, that's all I can think about, and I don't want to exercise, I don't want to cook, I don't want to meet friends, I don't want to do anything. This time around, I was like, okay, I'm already a pharmacist, I don't need to go crazy about this exam. I just need to balance my life well, still do things that I want to do, and also study at the same time. I'm telling myself that like everything I'm studying for, I should already know, kind of thing. So that's the approach that I'm trying to take. I'm really trying not to go crazy about it, because if I start going crazy, like I will start going crazy. So that's why even tonight, like I'm still gonna go out, grab some dinner, and some days I won't revise. But anyway, this is a very rambly vlog, but that's just how it is. So in terms of this OSCE exam that I have next week, the topics were released 2 weeks before the OSCE date. But yeah, so I have this list of conditions that will come up in the exam that I have to go through. So I've been kind of just going through each one. So the good thing is obviously we have had these 2 weeks to study this, so it's not a shock, but still, like I haven't done an exam for 2 years now, so it does feel very like daunting at the same time. However, this is not like a knowledgeable, here's how the exam goes video. This is just a vlog. So I'm not going to go into it in too much detail, but that's what I'm currently doing. Every night at 9 o'clock, 2 of my best friends from work are also going through this exam with me. Like they also have their exam. So every night at 9 o'clock we've been meeting on Zoom and just talking through the different topics, and I found that really helpful. Normally I hate revising with people, but this time it's for OSCEs, which are spoken. So we've been helping each other by like counselling to each other, we've been helping each other just talk through what we think is going to come up. And yeah, for the first time in my life, I found it really helpful studying with other people. So how have you all been? Literally today is the 15th of April. 12th of April was when kind of lockdown eased in England, and I'm still in central London, so right outside there is Chinatown, which is Leicester Square, and people are going crazy, like actually crazy. Like they're all sat in coats eating outside, and it doesn't feel as good as it did the first time round. Like basically last March we went into lockdown, and then after that we were released from lockdown, and I felt like everything was going back to normal and everything was still new, so it was like, ooh, exciting, like what the hell was that? But after the third lockdown, I think we're in the third lockdown now, like after that, and after seeing the consequences of what COVID can do to people on the respiratory ward, I am not that excited. I know that everyone is excited to get out there, but it's just, I feel like this underlying worry of what if we have to go back into lockdown again? Or like, what if everyone goes crazy and we're back to square one again? Like there's that, I think people who work in healthcare, we all have this kind of deep down underlying worry, and I just can't be out there having fun. Like, I don't know, maybe when it gets a bit sunnier it'll be better, but that's the current mind state that I am in. So today I'm just going to go through theophylline. Like we decided last night on Zoom that tonight we're going to go through theophylline and the management of type 2 diabetes, so I'm going to do that. And then my boyfriend's coming round, so we're going to go get some pizza and bring it back here. Like usually old me would have been like, I can't see you today, I don't want to do anything that's not revision. But I was like, no, I can't let this diploma put my life on hold. Like it's a diploma, it's an extra course. Just because I failed my OSCEs doesn't mean that I'm a shit pharmacist, is what I'm telling myself. We're gonna get Neil's Yard home slice pizza tonight, which is my favourite pizza in London, so I'm really excited. But before that, I think before he gets here, I do want to get some revision done on theophylline, so that's what I'm going to do. I know I've been on a respiratory ward for like 6 months, so I should know everything about theophylline, but I don't. Like, due to COVID, a chunk of my respiratory rotation was all about managing COVID, and I haven't really looked into theophylline since starting the rotation. So I feel a little bit clueless, and it's fine. Like, I've done it before, so I know that if I recap it, it's gonna be fine. But just, yeah, it's not at the top of my knowledge brain, whatever. I'm definitely going to do a UCL and OSCE and exam / video thing, but I've always wanted to film that once it's over. So once I finish my foundation, once I finish my foundation stage 1, that is when I'll be making a video on everything diploma. But I'll never make a video on something that I've not really done or I don't really know about, because I find that that's just pointless and not helpful and not genuine. So yeah, there is no end to revision and studying when it comes to a healthcare job, which is good and bad. Like, obviously it's good because you're always learning and it's relevant. It's not some sort of abstract idea, it's actually something that is needed. And you're studying yourself, like you're studying the human body, but at the same time, like the reason I chose pharmacy over like medicine is because I really didn't want to take the job home, and I didn't want, like, I was studying English literature at one point as well, and I wanted to do law, and that also would entail me bringing a lot of work home, I thought, and I just didn't want to do that. I wanted to get the job done and be out. So the fact that I have to, for example, in on-call, bring a laptop back and work or kind of study is painful, but it's not going to be for long. It's only for the exam, so I should just shut up really, shouldn't I? One thing I've done to like change my revision is actually do examples or think of myself as the patient or my friends as the patient. When I used to revise before, I revised like from scratch. So I'd be like, oh, if I want to study heart failure, then I need to know exactly how the heart works. And then I would spend hours and hours, you know, studying the physiology of the heart and how it works and all of the different receptors and channels and all that random stuff. And then I realized I did majority of that at university, and now it's about the application and what the conditions actually are and how to treat it, and not only how to treat it but what we're monitoring. So instead of starting from scratch and like redirecting my revision energy towards things that aren't even going to be asked in the exam, now I think I'm a bit better in realizing, like, right, what kind of questions are come up, like what would I want to know if I was a doctor trying to administer this, things that are just more relevant basically. For all these OSCEs, I literally spent weeks just talking to pharmacists at my trust and saying, when you did it, like what kind of questions did you get asked? So when I booked the exam, I actually started then to just tell everyone at work, like, oh, I've got my OSCEs soon, what kind of questions did you get? And like, I started to just gather information so I know roughly what they're looking for, and like, so I can redirect my revision towards what they might ask. I am so excited to go and get this pizza, like literally excited. So different to how it was literally like a week ago, right? I don't know if it'll come across on camera, but literally the pizza is like the size of the table. So I think it's like a 20-inch pizza, and we went for the mushroom one because it's my favorite.
So I went over the MCQ questions that Regina you sent, and
good morning guys, it is a Friday morning, another day of impromptu vlogging, but yeah, I feel like I've got quite a busy and packed day ahead, so I'm going to go ahead and film. I'm gonna go to work, but before that I'm gonna go stop by Ole and Steen and get some coffee, because I'm not gonna be able to do that very much when I'm out of central London. And you guys know I'm obsessed with getting coffee in the morning. It's terrible. And then I've got to go to work, and after that we're all going to the pub today because pubs are actually open. And after that I'm coming back here, packing my stuff and getting the train and going home, because I was like, if I'm gonna revise for the next few days, I really want to be at home with my mum's like home cooked food and like not think about duties, you know, like adult duties that you need to do. And I thought, yeah, I just want to be with my mum, so that's what I'm doing. I am taking a full bag of clothes to charity today, so that's why my whole hand seems so full. I've been selling my clothes on Vinted, but that was only because the charity shops weren't open at the time, and I was like, I may as well. But now that they're open, they're just going straight to charity, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna miss being in central London so much, like just having everything on the doorstep. At the moment, Ole and Steen are doing 50% for NHS workers, which is why I'm letting myself have a coffee. Hi guys, I'm at work now. I hope you appreciate that I'm actually kneeling on the floor just to make sure that there's no identifiable wall behind me. But basically I was just about to head onto the ward and look at my patients, but technical services bleeped me from downstairs and said, can you come and check a batch that needs to go? So I'm gonna go check some desferal infusers, check the final batch, check the reconstitution, and then it will be fine for QC to release, hopefully. But that's more urgent right now than the ward, so I'm gonna go downstairs, check that, and then come back up, do the ward, and then go back down to production. So that is what my day is looking like. Guys, it's the afternoon now, and I'm so tired. Like, this morning I was obviously down in technical services checking, and then on the way up to the wards, one of my friends just needed some help on a mental health patient that was in labour, so I went to talk to her, and then after that I went to my ward, and now I'm back in production. So it's just been a very manic day, you know, one of those days when you're like, oh my gosh, where even am I, what's going on? Right now I'm about to deliver some desferal infusers to the pharmacy, and then I'm going to come back down and get all the TPN bags ready. Good morning guys, I'm just about to get started with some revision. I've got my coffee right here and my chocolate croissants. So hopefully that's going to give me energy to go on and revise for the day. So I have my mum's food today, and I feel like this is the reason why I like to come home, because during revision time you just want home cooked food. Literally, this is my life right now. Just ignoring my like super tired face right now. But I was just thinking today, like, I did so much work at uni. Like, all the notes that I've released online, that I first released for free, and then now I've released for a £10 fee that gets donated to charity. Like, I was going back over my notes and I was like, these notes are worth way more than £10. Like, they are actually really good, I am proud to say. Although obviously some of it is outdated and some of it is wrong. Like little minor spelling errors and stuff like that, but other than that, like, they are a banging set of notes, and I've just been using my uni notes to revise today. But yeah, it's another day of revision. Like, I think my mum is sick of me now, but I like to come home because it means I don't actually have to think about anything else, and in that way, like, I'm so lucky because I don't have to think about food or like cleaning or like actually doing adult duties, which I don't want to do when I'm trying to pass something, you know. I've heard with the OSCEs that, like, obviously you are allowed the BNF, but the time frame is so short that you actually end up not having time to like search everything. So I'm basically trying to go into this thinking that I don't have a BNF now, and I'm just going to try and memorize everything, and then if I think, oh, I'm not quite sure, like, that's when I'm going to look it up. But otherwise I'm going to have to try and go straight into it, like, to try and get all of my answers and everything that I want to say in that 15 minutes that each station is. I'm pretty sure you guys, like, if you don't even know what I'm talking about, basically I'm studying and I'm struggling, and it's just, that's the thing about pharmacy, like, everyone, like, you're a qualified pharmacist, but like with healthcare, like, you just have to keep on studying. There's no end to studying. It's just, another thing I want to say is, like, as much as I'm on YouTube and I think YouTube's good and stuff, don't get carried away like trying to make really pretty notes and not getting it into your head. Like, sometimes it's just more important getting stuff into your brain and like memorizing it than like buying an iPad and making all of your notes pretty. And if you've got lots of time, then for sure. But yeah, I think sometimes, especially girls, I don't mean to be like, you know, sexist or anything, but I feel like we get carried away with like having different coloured highlighters and all of that. But I learnt the hard way that that's not always the best way to study. Mum's just giving me a plate of fruit. Guys, I'm back in central London and this is night before the exam vibes. Genuinely. Oh my god. Guys, I came back to central London last night and this morning I had my Oskies. It was not what I was expecting at all. Like, it didn't even, like, they weren't even the questions I was anticipating, but I can't elaborate more than that. But I'm just glad that it's over. The sun is out. I have to go back to work. Such is the life. So I'm just gonna go and yeah, back to work for the afternoon. That's it really. But I don't know what this video is going to be. It's just going to be like me dotting around between like London and back home revising. But soon in the meantime soon I will upload a video of how I revised, but I do kind of want to upload it if I have passed. I don't want to upload kind of advice when I haven't even passed, so we'll wait and see. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in the next one.